Well, the muscular contraction is there. Means you're already inside of him. This must be one of the ventricles, right here.
What a silly place. It's stuffed. So it's not real for now? I don't think it has started yet.
Does it matter what it's made of? It's definitely struggling. We need to perform sectio transversalis. Cut the wall. Draw it
So you don't have to
away.
replay it a lot,
What
but I
else is
am
there
going to
to
save
do?
scum.
I know what to do. Those who favor hard logic and direct action are bound to be misguided.
Also, right after this, I'm going to turn
Fury
on
can set us
subtitles
free
because
when it means
obviously this
having
is.
to destroy something. And I can do miracles. Just let me.
Will you please be quiet? You're
Yeah,
a
there's
liar and a
three
thief.
stories you can
Who is
pick,
going to
two
believe you
when
when
you
you
haven't
keep
gone
lying to
through
yourself? The truth
the other
is my
two.
shepherd. Whatever
I'll
happens,
show you
I
when the
will
screen comes
find
up.
answers, and justice will be restored. I will perform the operation. Medica morbo adhibe.
Don't you go all bossy on me, clever clogs. You will act justly, but your justice will blind you and become his demise. This calls for the gentle hand of a surgeon.
I
Step
also don't know
aside,
if this is the same
Berserker.
Your gentle
engine as
hand
Stanley
strives to
Parable.
killing, not
I feel bad for talking
healing.
over, but
You
um,
will inevitably do harm. As for Brainy,
uh, I
he
will
has
wait
no
until they
regard
finish.
for casualties at all. Neither of you knows compassion.
Yes, it seems unlikely that we'll get along well, but there's only one truth.
Any choice is right as long as it's willed. That's the truth of the matter.
Only the heart will show you the right choice. Stop thinking about
Hi.
yourselves. Think of the sick. He's in pain.
I love
You
this
can't
cutscene a
see
lot.
it yet,
Hi,
but you do.
Logan.
It's not even a trap. It's a grave. Subipsum funisumus. Can't say I hold a soft spot for it.
I can see that. You're full of hate. Stuffed or not, it's breathing. I can hear it. It can be healed
I'm gonna turn on
rather than
subtitles after
killed.
this.
You mean you won't become a killer? But you will.
The
Mark
way
my
she like moves her
words,
hands
that's
around when she says that
exactly
is
what
very
will
funny.
happen. But I can avoid it.
No, we won't ever get along. I suggest we be on our way. The sooner the better.
Off we go then?
Let's go. The clock is ticking.
All right. The voice acting is very reminiscent of something, but what I was gonna say is I don't think that this is the same engine that the Stanley Parable is in, only because this was in 2003 and very old. Oh, it's E, isn't it? Russian game, very old, and an indie developer. So I'm not sure if they use the same engine. They might have actually made their entire new engine. So this is what I was talking about before. We can like choose who to pick. I'm gonna pick The Bachelor, because this game is hard and clunky because it's so old. And while I like the Harrispeck's story better, I think I'm gonna go with The Bachelor. Um, okay, so history of humanity witnessed a number of catastrophes. I can read, I promise. Catastrophes that have demonstrated without a shadow of a doubt the pettiness of human achievement and the triumphant of the invincible evil. Outbreaks of infectious, I can read, I promise. Outbreaks of infectious diseases that have from time to time wiped towns and cities off the map are undoubtedly among those. However smart and virtuous, the people caught up in these destructive events have repeatedly come to the conclusion that it's no use trying to fight these circumstances. The best you can do is bite the bullet and hope and cope with your losses. Ooh. This is the story of a person who has managed to work a miracle and defeat a seemingly unvanquishable foe. Okay, I also wanted to say I'm save scumming a lot. Think I'm gonna play a little bit like an asshole. I've already played parts of this game and as the Bachelor, and I've realized a lot of things. Some of them being that like every time I try to do good as the Bachelor, it like isn't worth it. Like do good morally. So I think I'm just gonna kind of play a little bit like an asshole, which I think is good role playing, as the Bachelor is a bit of an asshole. So let's go.
Daniil Dankovsky, a Bachelor of Medicine, was brought here by circumstances most unfortunate. Dankovsky's life work, his theory challenging the existing notions of human mortality, is being harshly persecuted by the powers that be. Suddenly, a letter arrives from a colleague suggesting that there is previous undiscovered evidence which may support Dankovsky's claims.
His
There is a
rude lines
settlement,
are very
the letter
funny.
says, ruled by an extraordinary man who may well be seen as objective proof of Dankovsky's daring hypothesis. Grasping at straws of hope, Dankovsky decides to follow what he believes to be the sign of divine
I
providence.
can't wait to see
Without further ado, he
his
sets
little
off
head
for
get
the
smashed
settlement.
in that abattoir,
Late at night,
because he's the only
Bachelor
one in
arrives
Classic
in the
that
town.
has a death animation.
As he seeks room and board, he gets to know a girl called Eva Yan and stays at her place till dawn.
All right, time to play an asshole. Very cool. I know a lot of people say that these graphics are ugly as hell, but it very much is reminiscent of the time, I think, and I find them kind of charming. The like low polygon count with the with the picture of a face on them. Hello, slut. I also like, I don't know what it is, but I love the combination of the like picture of the real person and the model. Oh, I lit something on fire. Um, whatever. I'm sure they'll tell me the tragedians and the executors will tell me the other ones because I forgot what the other ones were. All right. Cool. 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 What's my inventory look like? Scalpel, protective gloves. Oh. Did not mean to do that. That was me this first time. The first time I played, it took me 20 minutes to exit this room because I was like, where the hell do I exit drugs? Tourniquet? Alpha tablets, an outdated immunity booster. Morphine, Meridorm. Is Meridorm a real drug? I've never heard of it. Water. Kerosene. Okay, let's get out of here. I don't think I can look at anything else. Wait, there it is. Can I open? No. Ava!
I had a feeling you would come.
Something I like too is I've noticed that when going back, the characters' eyes are really shifty. All of them are. Okay. Did the sounds from outside wake you up too? There was a terrible groan, and then something snapped loudly. No, I heard nothing. I think there are strangers in the backyard by the pond. They're unlikely to be planning mischief, but I have a bad feeling about this. I'm afraid to go out to them. I hope they go away soon and stop disturbing our sleep. We're not gonna thank her. We are a man of medicine. Why do you think they aren't planning anything foul? Our population is so thin, crime is basically non-existent, especially here in the Stone Yard. Sometimes there are pranks, of course. Fights happen occasionally. People are young here, so they often go out at night, but we're a tight community. And now I hear unfamiliar speech. That's not a good sound. I'll go out and take a look, but I'm in a hurry. I must see this founding father of yours. Are you willing to trade the company of a fascinated woman for that of a dreadful old man, even if he is a sorcerer? That's so sad. Ow! But Simon won't go anywhere. He has always been, he always will be, even if the moon were to fall to the ground. Please, stay with me a little longer. They fucking. Let's see. I couldn't even imagine the hospitality here. But who was waiting for me? I didn't notify old Barach of my arrival. I'm not even sure what made me take off for this place. Glory is the messenger riding ahead of the man. A celebrity from the capital. Bachelor Dankovsky, the founder of Fanati... Fan... Thanatic... Thanatica. Thanatica. I'm going to say Thanatica. The man who challenges deaths. Of course we heard about you. I have to go, Ava. Tell me where Simon Kane lives. Also, I think it's very funny how, and like, I noticed this from like the day one I've played as the Bachelor, but the Bachelor can flirt with almost every single woman, like major woman in the game, and I find that very funny. His first mission is to cure death. His second mission is to fuck bitches. Are you in that much of a hurry? Do come round. The Canes are asleep now. Take your knockabout coat off. Knockabout coat? Have a rest in my bed. Let me warm your hands. You are so anxious to see Simon, as though your life depended on it. She's seducing me. He does. He tries to be so charming, but it's so off-putting because he's like, hello there. And then immediately he's like, yeah, I don't believe in your stupid folk tales. I hope you die from the plague. Let's see. My life, yes. Now that my laboratory is on the brink of destruction, my whole life's pursuit depends on that remarkable man. If he has really managed to live that long, then his tissues will help me defeat death. Death. So that's the enemy you've chosen for yourself. Isn't it hard? I don't think anyone has managed to defeat that evil yet. Let's see. Millions of doctors defeated it on certain singular occasions, but my enemy is more fearsome. It is death itself rather than a singular case of death. I don't understand. Just show me where Simon lives. It's not far. The Canes live at the Crucible on Bridge Square. But could I please offer you a piece of advice? I need no advice. Go, and I'll prepare everything for your return. Do come back after you speak to the Canes. They will probably do a lot of things that will puzzle you and put you on guard. I will have some advice that may be of help for you, if you need it. Okay, I'll come back. Simon Kane, the man of improper longevity, is waiting for me here. Sympathize with my request, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Something I love about this map, and I'm glad they kept this map, for the most part, in Pathologic 2 as well, is that each, like, island, peninsula, looks like an organ. It's very cool. Okay. I thought there would be... You know what? I will be save scumming a ridiculous amount. I was hoping they had subtitles for like the weird interjections you might hear. Okay. Okay. Boo. Okay. Let's get out of here. Sexy tragedian. No, we're going to the executor first. Hi. Halt. I'm going to have to teach you about the technicalities of the setting, the time, and the place. It's non-essential, but that's just how it is. The actor has to be prepared before he goes on stage, or else he'll fall down the aisle or stumble upon the prompt box. That would look mighty silly, won't you agree? You're going to have to teach me. Aren't you forgetting your manners? My manners? There are different manners of life and thought, and none of them are mine. If everything goes awry, you'll get a chance to witness each of them. That is something you should probably try to avoid. As for now, pause. This is my favorite track in the soundtrack. This song is so good. Okay, continuing. Please forgive my rudeness. I'm in a special position here, and so I have the right to be blunt sometimes. And who are you? An actor in a tragic mime show. That's unimportant. Will you listen to me or not? I'm listening. Time flies by. It can't be stopped or turned back. Nights follow days, which are then followed by nights. These things happen without any regard for whether you're there to witness them. Don't expect anyone to wait for you. Most events can be missed. And so it makes sense for you to visit the places that you care about regularly. You'll find the people that will play major roles in your fate there. They stand out from the common folk. The rest are just a crowd shot, a background, a bunch of extras. As it has always been. What an asshole. He's like, I'm the main character. Indeed. Still, it's best to avoid hasty judgment. It's a paradox, you see. Don't try to care too much for the lives of these bound to stand out people. That's a play on words since they're called the Bound. And don't be too dismissive of the silent crowd. Both extremes will end in tragedy. Why is that? This world I can't speak all of a sudden. This world cares for your reputation, a fine and crucial instrument. Your reputation changes the world you see, for it is a mirror. Wouldn't you agree? So a bad reputation can get you in a lot of trouble. For example, need I describe? You've got vivid imagination. Everything changes, from mystical aspects to mundane things like the people you need treating you badly. The people you need treating you badly. A weird sentence. How many enemies you've got, how high the prices are, how bad your dreams are, lots of things. A sorry prospect, but how do I maintain my reputation? Don't get caught, that's trying to kill the blah blah blah, yeah. Really good for you then. As for me, I can't see anything in this mask. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, don't get too worked up about human lives. And don't put too much stock in others' words, mine included. He who trusts everyone is asking to be deceived. Yet he who trusts no one is deluded. I know that from experience. Okay. Something I wanted to mention too, there's a possible fight that's coming up, which I will not be taking because I can't fight in this game. I just can't. I could do it a little bit in Pathologic too, I can't do it in Classic. Venerable Bachelor, please be so kind as to linger for a minute. This conversation won't take too much of your time, especially since time stops during dialogues. At least during the important ones, and our dialogue is extremely important. Need to know how to play after all, don't you? I haven't. I got through the classic when I got to day 5 before I simply don't know what to do. This time I do have a Steam kind of walkthrough, no spoilers, open, so I can kind of follow that a little bit easier. Hopefully, and actually get an ending this time. Play, what are you talking about, Masked Man? I'm neither a gambler nor an actor. You're so lifelike. You have to eat, drink, sleep, and rest, and to make mistakes. No, I don't. Not me. I know most about the story because I've done most of it and I've looked up a lot because this game is really hard when you're just kind of going into it knowing nothing. Hence why people just sleep for 12 days and the plague comes. I fully expect to get a bad ending, and I'm just gonna have to be okay with that. If I may, I would like to point out just how important it is to keep an eye on your condition. If you get dizzy or unnaturally sluggish, do have it checked up. Vital processes tend to run faster during emergencies than in everyday life. I knew a person who died of stress but was diagnosed with starvation. happens, I can testify to that as a doctor. Need I remind a wise man like you of the fact that hunger is sated with food? I just imagine you're having a conversation and someone is like, do you know you need to eat to survive? And you just have to be like, yeah, I understand. Yes, the world is unjust. And quite silly if you forgive me for saying so. Speaking of commerants, different shops sell different items at different prices. You're a bore, mate. Let me through. Yes, Patho 2, I had to replay 3 times because I would get to day 5 and get in a death spiral. Oh. Beloved worms. Bachelor Dankowski is British. I wish I was just, I have like a 10-year-old level of Russian understanding, and I would love to someday get advanced enough to read this in original Russian. I would like to talk to the worm, I think, first. The worm feels sick, head packed, blood boiling, belly freezing. Let the worm warm up. Let him take a rest. Don't touch us, we're dangerous. Whoa, that's some stench, you animal. How on earth do you live like that? Please don't hit me. Okay, good. I'm going to try to avoid fights as much as possible because fighting sucks in this game. What do you want? This ain't your business. What is this creature? An odong, duh. That's what they call them cattle breeders look like. Crude and unshapely and unfinished, don't you know? Wherever you came from. An intruder, huh? Yes, I'm a visitor in this town. Who could have thought it is home to such creatures? Okay. Time to go visit the canes. Oh, you could jump in this game? Little dip in the pond before visiting the canes. I think it's so funny. Hi, what's up? I'd be much obliged if you help me learn how to get around your town. Okay, I already know all this. What's inside of that polyhedron? Nothing really. Children like to play there, I guess. They say it's perfectly empty, bare as the palm of your hand. What could ever be inside such a monstrosity? I found it unbelievable it's still standing at all. I'd never let my children enter the damn thing, ever. So if you've never actually been there yourself, the kids don't like it when we grown-ups try to visit them in the polyhedron. Not like there's anything special in there. Why would anyone even want to climb that thing? Alright, by the way, why do you call your town the districts? Well, it just sort of came to be that way. The gullet and the guzzle. The Gorkons. Or it's the KH. So it could be Gohans, but I'm just gonna say Gorkon. Tributaries. Divided the town into 3 parts. Each of them consists of many separate courtyards. So maybe that's the reason. I see. Well, here's to hoping none of it comes into play today. The bachelor arrives in town. I take the garbage. Alright. People complain that this game isn't super detailed. I don't know. I think this whole room is very, very detailed. It's interesting. Hi!
I feel almost nothing.
Cool. Most venerable doctor. Second time he's been called venerable doctor. It is with great impatience that we have been expecting you. You need not delve into the minute of your business with us, since our family is well acquainted with your scholarly work. We are also quite aware of the difficulties you are experiencing and well prepared to do our utmost to support you. There we go. It hurts me all the more to be the one to inform you that Simon... Alright. Hold on. My consanguineous brother. Okay, let me just say, I know what that word means. I read, I do not read out loud often. Please ignore my pronunciation of most of these words. The creator, the keeper, and embodiment of all that surrounds us has been murdered. I think that the architecture does such a good job of kind of making it timeless because, like, I feel like a lot of people assume, like, okay, it's 18th century, it's 19th century, but then there's, like, brutalist structures near the abattoir and Baroque with, like, the clock tower slash cathedral. And I think it's really cool. I'm gonna be a little selfish. Damn it. Why did it have to happen just before I arrived, right as I found the chance to prevail? Precisely. Why did it have to happen just before your arrival? Are you asking yourself the same question? I hope you don't see any connection between my arrival and the murder. In fact, I do see a connection. However, do not mistake it for a thought that it was you who murdered him. Well, at least that's something. Isidore has done more than he thinks. I have a lingering feeling that time itself is using uncontestable powers to further its own intentions. What do you think? He doesn't give a shit. Categories like time, nature, and fate deprive man of responsibility for what goes on around him. I was taught to avoid this worldview. Something I find interesting, the difference between the bachelor routes and the other routes, is the bachelor is very aristocratic, while everyone is the common man. And I think because this game is so Russian, I think it's really interesting thinking about it from like the Soviet Union perspective. Can I do anything here? Nope. With like October Revolution, etc., etc. There really is so much to this game. Oh, there we go. I love this rug. I love what you've done with the place. Okay. I told you guys I was saves coming. There's Maria. Okay.
It came from below the ground. For many years, we were burying the bones wrong.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like in Patho 2, they kind of realized that there's a lot of Russian culture that's embedded in the original classic one. I am lucky to know just a little bit that I can maybe be of assistance if someone is confused, but this is just so Russian. You resemble an adventurer rather than a doctor. Appearances can be deceiving. I saw you in a dream. Don't flatter yourself. My desires have nothing to do with you. I simply saw you take us by the throat. His ego just got devoured. Cruel words. But also honest. What's so bad about it, anyways? The strong manipulate the weak when they want to. Then it is all in my hands.
There's more life in me that can be lived.
Okay. Now listen closely. The time for collusions, secrets, and alliances have come. I'm going to ask something of you. I am not used to that. I'm used to holding the reins, but you are not harnessed, so it would be unacceptable to address you in this manner. I find solace in the fact that my request will be welcome with you. It fits the style of your venture. I hope I get the one with not Simon, not Gregory, Victor. Victor. I would get the one with Victor where he's like, "That does it. I'm gonna break." It's my favorite one. Yes, you better be polite. I don't take kindly to orders. I'm a creature of liberty. I apologize if my words come across as mangled and silly. I'm truly not used to asking, but the nature of my request demands complete and selfless humility. Just imagine me begging and kneeling, and believe me, I do feel that way. I kneel myself before a lady as charming as you. He's so gross. Today's death was the first, but it won't be the last. Simon has opened the score of irreplaceable victims. Soon their numbers will multiply. I beg you to preserve the lives of several people when the lines of their fortune cross yours. Before any of them dies, there will be a moment when you will be able to intervene. I know that for a fact. Who are these people? That doesn't matter. What was destined to happen will happen. You can be whatever you want, but not a coward choosing to hear no evil and run away from reality. I will give you a list of those I know of. These people are bound to you. I'm gonna lean in on her teeth. Why is she doing that? I'm gonna flirt even harder. What in the world is going on here? Are you trying to flirt with me? Ah, yes. You haven't been told, have you? It didn't even cross my mind that someone may be unaware of my abilities. No one here dares doubt them, for they are evident. Yes, the mistress of every ruling house possesses special abilities. I am learning to see the future and transform the present. She's showing her teeth like a predator shows its teeth to prey. Forgive me, but I don't believe in these types of phenomenons. Oh my god, her face again. Will you comply with my request? Will you save the lives of the people I named to you? Answer me. Before going back to Ava. How do you know that Ava had asked me to come back? I know Ava. She wants to safeguard you from my nocturnal intrigues, doesn't she? She strives to touch the mysteries of our family. Pause. Ava and Maria are very much foils. I've just realized this, even by just their designs. That is very interesting. Nocturnal intrigues. While she kind of represents the sun due to her kind of sunny disposition and her color scheme in her design. That is very interesting. And also I know because Ava, I think the Canes, well, Kaina in this one, are utopians as well as Ava, but very interesting. Okay. She strived to touch the mystery of our family, to learn the game we're playing. Well, talk to her. Perhaps you two will manage to uncover some bits and pieces of the Cain's dark conspiracy against humanity. But you haven't given me an answer. What will it be? I will do as you ask, Maria. My honor bids me to. And you'd be better off not giving me cheek. You won't like me when I'm angry. Bachelor Joker moments. Okay. Gregory, so all the Canes, probably. Andre, Peter, beloved Peter. And Maria, okay. Ava, and Mark. Okay. Why does she have nipple coverings like that? Anyway.
Oh, Mother. Why can't you be here with us?
That scared the shit out of me. My heart literally raised. Oh my god. I don't know why that scared me so much.
Great souls are not those who have fewer passions and more virtues than the common, but those only who have greater designs.
Anyway, I was going to mention all of her mirrors are broken. I'm leaving before she has another voice line because she's starting to creep me out. Oh. He's nodding. They're so... I don't think cute is the right word, but I adore them. You know what? I'm going to talk to them because I don't know if they'll disappear if I go to the third building. I love the fourth wall breaks in this game. They're so cheeky. But to find out who killed the immortal Simon Kane, the dead man's own family may not want it more than I do. I have an abiding desire to punish the murderer, to eradicate them, no matter if they were acting on their own account or in behest of the powers that be, this time capitalized. Whoever they are, they picked the moment far too well. Damn, bitch. Okay, chill. It's like a fetus in a womb. I think that's what it's supposed to represent. Oh shit. Hello? I had to moonwalk in.
It's like something is pulling my strings.
That's fair. The famous Dr. Dankowski. Your arrival is a great honor for us. Victor Kane at your service. Daniel Dankowski at yours. I foresee that the things that have become ordinary for us will probably make you feel uncomfortable and disturbed. I would like to compensate for that impression, you know. Our small community has fallen out of the loop. Time leaves us behind. Don't worry.
Perhaps old Gimsky is setting a trap for this newly arrived Haruspex.
I have no context as the Bachelor right now for that, but okay. How can I help you? George Georgi? What would this be in Russian? Gorgory? I'm just gonna call him Gorgory. Gorgory has told me everything, which is to say he told me very little, but it was enough to astound me. He maintains that you can provide a more detailed account. So you have agreed to help us? I have. I love Dearest Artemy. Artemy is my favorite protagonist, but I also very much don't want to play him in Classic. I will watch other people play him, but I don't want to play him. May I ask why? I want to solve a puzzle. I even like having so little information. It is a challenge to my intellect. I'm prepared to answer any questions you may have. When was Simon last seen? He sent Isidore home. Then an hour later, he came to the hall to see us. He announced his plans to withdraw to the Focus and receive no one. He told us not to approach the Focus and to fast for a week. Partaking of neither. Is he the one fasting, or were the Canes the one fasting? He's also Cane, but you know what I mean. I'm not sure. Then in the morning, he was found dead. Why no meat or water? Our explanation is that he wanted to be mourned beforehand, so was them, as it is the custom with the local people. This is very like him. So he knew in advance that he would die. I think, between me and you, this is precisely what my brother Grigori fears. So Isidore is the only lead. How do I find him? I'll show you, but you must be careful. Simon's a murderer, whoever they are, could not be an ordinary person. I can't imagine them even being a person. I fear it could only be fate, wearing the guise of a mysterious monster. Liquid break, as this is basically like reading War and Peace out loud. Okay. I don't believe in fate. Alright. Ooh, this is where Isidore Barach lives, the man that has brought me to this remote place. He is the last person that saw Simon Kane alive. Oh, I got a letter. Okay, I thought that meant I got a letter. Oh. Please don't say more cryptic things to me in my ear.
What?
Okay. Hear you in advance, regardless of the outcome. You will fight a foe that few can defeat. This is a prophecy. Yeah, this translation is a lot better than the old one. I've seen clips from the old one, and it was physically painful to read, which could add to the experience, but also I think it would be beneficial to at least be able to understand the story. This translation is a lot better. Who laughs last laughs best. Is there anything else?
It came from below the ground.
Nope. Okay. Goodbye. It came from below the ground. Nope. Hi. My heart is crying for my poor children. How are my dearest doing? Is everything all right? A woman's share is hard. Man, share is harder. Now he's a canon misogynist. I think eventually some kids will come up and talk to me about the invisible cat. But also, I just like this tower. I think it's neat. Okay. It's a hand, I think. Wait. Maybe a hand is going a little bit too much. But it kind of looks like a hand. And baby crying. This is normal. Very normal stuff. Can you have fall damage in this game? Anyway. Alright, here we go. Or not. Oh wait, right. Okay. Woo! That took too long. Let the man tie his shoes. Hi. Looks like he's wearing a kippah. A foul murder occurred here this night. No unauthorized access allowed. Inspecting the crime scene is strictly forbidden until further notice. Who was killed? Well, you're not a local, sir, so you're unlikely to understand the loss we've suffered. Isidore Barrah, a great surgeon, a benefactor to us all, and an all-around skilled doc. An outstanding man, beloved and well-respected by us locals. Does it really always have to take the very best? What a foul time to live him. I knew him. I'm a doctor, too. Whoever killed our only doc must surely be looking to get us all killed. Isidore could cure anything. He also knew how to make cuts or incisions, because he was a warden. He knew his lines all right. Get it? Because it's a play? Like I said, it all makes sense. Whoever killed Simon took Isidore's life too, and this is merely the beginning. Only the beginning. What makes you so sure? See, this murderous deal is all mysterious. There was a talon stuck in a victim's chest. Go ahead. Bend your arm at the elbow, good sir. Yeah, like that. There you go. That's how long it was. It broke off. There was dust on the floor, for the deceased had been a renowned step walker, and the dust was covered in hoof steps and the like. Traces of sharp bone, I guess? As if someone was using a walking stick round here. I'm telling you, it's her. The Shabnak Adir, the clay man-eater. Alright, enough of this. We've been assigned to this post by Alexander, the head of the Saburov family. His house is in decline right now, but it's still powerful and very much respected. Respected. For it is they that had been responsible for maintaining worldly order and public safety in the town since olden days. Please kindly address your concerns to him. There's their rod. You just take the road up there and get to the Cape. As for me, I'm not authorized to let you in. You should have said so from the start. Oh, cool. He's just right here. Hello, kid. We know all about you. I know all about you, too. Oh. We know all about you. What are you so happy about, girl? We've almost caught the unseen cat. Want to come see her? Definitely. Alright, hold on. Where did you find such a cat? It's the famous pale cat. Her eyes are like translucent emeralds, her fur is gray, and her body is completely transparent. So what? Can you see its bowels too? The light passes right through her. It's very pretty. But most importantly, she's invisible in the dark, and rodents can't hear her. That's how light her step is. She belongs to the pale obtuse. To the what obtuse? It's no use. I know you won't believe me anyways. Just come over and see the cat for yourself. When it gets dark, by the 12th warehouse, the password is hell froze over. I'll do my best not to forget this intricate phrase. What an asshole. Like, this compared to the Cane's architecture is so fascinating. Just in colors and the way that the different... Oh, okay, so the Cane's have basically one type of brick that they use. This one has 3. It's fascinating. Hello.
They say hitting hard is a good enough start.
Okay. So I finally get to see you. Yes, you really do look like a messenger of sorrowful times. In any case, welcome to the Rod. My Rod. No. Oh, hold on. Scotty's trying to leave. Let me open the door for him. I know. Goodbye, Scotty. Okay. There are very... Wait. Okay. There are very few good analysts in our town. Everyone is more or less superstitious here. Except for one. Yulia Lurcheva. Perhaps a most level-headed and reasonable person. The only person to remain skeptical about Katerina's talents, too. Without a shadow of a doubt, she has her own pick of events. She always does. Yulia is the person that, she's the architect that mapped out the town. Exactly the person I need. And she's right here. The intelligent Yulia lives here. She may be my only ally in my attempt to put the fairy tales of the backwards place to the test of algebra and physics. Okay. Look, it's a drunk. Hello. Oh, how ferocious Mother Nature is, for 'tis her wrath that has to be withstood. Oh, friend, if only I could wet my whistle, I'd gladly give you anything on earth in exchange for a gulp of chilly spring water. How about we barter? You'll have your water and I'll have your bandages. Do I have water? I do. Take that. Can I? 1. Oh, 5. You want 5 water? No. Absolutely not. I do not have that. Hold on, wait. Why don't you drink from the river then? Only lowy animals, dirty of image, drink from the river. Us proud men deserve to drink spring water. 'Tis brought here in barrels, but they're often empty. I'd get it from there, but I'm out of bottles. I'd drink straight out of a fountain, but I'm gonna faint. The air here is too spicy. I'm barely walking as it is. You are a lowly animal, dirt of image to drink from the river. Oh my god. You are a lowly animal, dirty of image too. Bye. Alright. Oh, should I talk to... I might have to talk to Katerina again. Dankovsky is such a bitch. I love how bitchy they make him.
It is as if my temples were pierced with needles. Do something.
I think Katerina Sabarova should be allowed to smoke weed. Alright. That's my stance. Oh,
My arms are flaccid, as if made of cotton wool.
lesbian.
Yes?
I seem to have lost any capacity for observation. My mind is out of tune. Things no longer which events are connected to each other, the powers that be. What would happen to the universe if any one of these people were to die? Was Simon this kind of person? Yes. Behind a shadow of doubt he was. Aren't you sorry about his death? People like these are a natural hazard. Their mission exists as long as they believe in it, and others suffer from its consequences. That's unprovable.
This girl is a changeling. She's not the murderer.
Okay. Why didn't they keep her short hair for Pathologic too? Her short hair is so cute. So you have traveled all the way here, only to find that both people you wanted to see were brutally murdered? Is this how the story goes? I do hope that your visit is not in any way related to these most unfortunate circumstances. Do you like Avion? Hey, um, very much. I wouldn't be much of a stretch to say I absolutely admire her. Yeah, same here. My girlfriend and my girlfriend's girlfriend and my girlfriend's girlfriend's boyfriend all hang out.
My chest seems to be filled with cotton wool.
It's 'cause you're a doll, Yulia. I have to find whoever it is killed Isidore and Simon, and I wanted to ask for your help. Saburov told me you have a gift for all manner of investigative inquiry. I am certainly no better investigator than you. I never had a chance to search for a murderer before. The best I can offer is to fill in the blanks with whatever mysterious supernatural entities seem most fitting. Shabnak Adir is the simple man's scarecrow. I would have followed a different narrative. What's that word? The one you've just said. Shabnak Adir, you mean? The steppe demonology describes it as a kind of golem, belched up by the earth to punish all manner of delinquency. It is shaped as a young woman, but made of clay and exhumed bone matter. An unnerving concept, is it not? I've always suspected that primitive worldviews still exist in the remote corners of our country, but I couldn't imagine they would be so active. I knew you would be exasperated by this discussion. I'm so excited to meet Aspity in this game because I also know that she fucking hates The Bachelor, and I'm very excited for him to get his shit wrecked by her. I knew you would be exasperated by this discussion. Sacrifices, bovine tails, handfuls of milk teeth, and a glass beaker. You may forgive this to children and steppe people. Yet having the same notions reiterated by someone surrounded by books on natural history, this must be quite vexing. How would you explain this? The answer is bound to irritate you even more. The tales are true. Bah, you're joking, of course. I do hyperbolize. There we go, a little. It is beyond debate that Shabakadir exists. What is dubious through is that bovine tails and milk teeth offer genuine protection from her, which is to say, sympathetic contrivances like this may be some use to children and people from the steppe, but are explicitly inefficacious for someone like you and me. We are too literate, too deprived of the scripture codified in ancient soil. We're too smart. We're just too fucking intelligent. For crying out loud, Yulia, you are a mystic. Saburov is mocking me. We have no choice but to acknowledge the rules enforced by the steppe. We try to ignore these rules, to place ourselves in the framework of advanced modernity, to no avail. You can call these demons what you want. You may refer to the hair eater as time if this will make you happier. I'm comfortable with the more juvenile vernacular. It is what I'm used to. God, Dankovsky is really like, I will just simply not accept that anything that the kin say is right ever. Let's see. I will find a rational explanation for the crimes of this man-eater by the evening. If you help me, of course. In this case, I would suggest that Simon was poisoned. By the Canes, I would have thought, but I know their family all too well. Their mutual loyalty is only rivaled by their arrogance towards anyone who is not one of them. They hold the princely sage who stands at the head of their family in highest esteem. They believe that a single dishonorable act will tarnish their name for generations to come. I doubt any of them would have stooped to this, no matter whether they wanted to or not. Huh. Okay. Poisoned. How did you arrive at this conclusion? I don't believe you understand what he died in focus really implies. Do you know what the Canes referred to as focus? You don't seem to grasp the semantics of the term. These are the Canes for you, these kinds of innuendos are their forte. Well, what is this focus then? The focus is anything but an abstraction, quite the opposite in fact. It is governed by mathematically rigid regularities. You see no one but the owner of a focus, a forward focus, may get inside. This can only mean that Simon has brought the killer with him, or rather within him, since no physical object may be brought into the focus either. Huh. Interesting. How do you know that? Who doesn't? The Kins are notoriously passionate about all manners of synthetic anomalies. They will never pass up the opportunity to devise a Kunststück that would allow them to warp space, challenge physics, or manipulate optics. Metaphysically, a focus can be compared to a camera obscura. Do note that the name is not unfitting. No, it is entirely impossible for someone to get inside. I still don't quite understand the focus. It just kind of seems like a mind palace, is kind of what they're describing, and that is, doesn't make sense, but what makes sense in this game, after all? And you're also not allowed to eat or drink, but that makes one suspect foul play in regards to Isidore's death. He had been stabbed, after all. Stabbed does not even begin to describe it. Stach Rubin told Laura that Isidore was slaughtered by some object resemblant of a humongous razor-sharp talon. What a riveting case. No wonder some people will start talking of step monsters made of assorted bones. What? A claw-like object? Such was the topography of the wound. According to Rubin, neither Laura nor me are quite capable to colloquialize a term like this. You should speak with him directly if you wish to know the details. Make haste if you want to get a hold of him. Rubin is eager to join Simon as soon as possible. No pun intended. What pun is she talking about? Alright, where's Rubin at the moment? Mourning his master, I think. They were very close. Did you investigate Isidore's house yet? Yes, but they won't let anyone in there. Is that so? Well, this does introduce a different perspective. Did you say Isidore was the last person to see Simon? Question is, who did he see before? The sun had not yet set when Isidore returned from the steppe. However, he came to Simon well after midnight. The question naturally arises, where did he spend the missing few hours? How do you know all that? I think you still fail to grasp the entirety of your predicament. The rumors spread like wildfire here. One of the children saw Isidore come home. They were waiting by the entrance, eager to hear a step story or two. Interesting. I think you still fail to grasp the entirety of your predicament is an interesting sentence to start off with this, because basically she's saying, like, I'm omniscient because my creators, hence the writers, allowed me to. You are being withheld. You are having information withheld from you to continue the story along. I think it's interesting. I think it's a fourth wall break, but in a very subtle way. So the prosecution of Isidore's son is based on the testimony of a child. That is what Sabaroff claims. Was Isidore seen with Sabaroff by any chance? He was. He warned Sabaroff of an upcoming storm. Alright. Let me suggest, then, that while he was in the steppe, he saw or learned something that he wanted to report to all three ruling families. In this case, either of the Olgemsky family should have been on his itinerary, especially since Baruch was one of their own men. Really? Definitely. The Bull project from the abattoir to the railway is controlled by the Olgemsky family. Fuck the Olgemsky family. If Isidore's discovery had anything at all to do with the kin, Isidore would have certainly related to Vlad. So do make sure to pay a visit to the Lump. That's the name of the Olgemsky mansion. Another fitting name. Wouldn't you agree? Thank you, Yulia. What would I do without you? Okay. Is this not? Oh, it's this one. Where am I? He kind of looks like a worm when you really think about it.
No, I won't believe in some earthen killer.
Okay, I guess I'll talk to Ava and the... Hi. Wait, hold up. Where is he going? I want to know where he's going. This is just the first day I can waste my time following an Odong. Worm, where do thou take me? Just in case. Oh, what the fuck? Wait. I think I made a mistake. Ah. Oh god. He was so tired of me. He said, stop fucking following me. Hello.
Don't you think my colors have faded?
I found out more about our morning visitors. They turned out to be runaways. Can you imagine? What did they run away from? A jail? A bedlam? Or a zoo, judging by their appearance? He beat my shit. I wanted him to take me somewhere cool so bad. Instead, he just beat my shit. The Olgamskis have closed the termitary. The termitary again. And those who have managed to escape from there are now being hunted. Capella told me all about this. Some of them have ran away, and some went into hiding somewhere in town. And Capella is worried. Who was Capella? Big Vlad's daughter. A beloved daughter, too. She is wonderful and has these abilities. The children follow her as if they were charmed, just like they followed that piper. Well, she said she wanted to save the fugitive from her family's wrath. Is that so? Capella and Vlad the Younger are poles apart. Vlad's primary concern is the interests of the family, so the sister is worried that the brother will kill the runaway. She'd rather have him survive the night and escape into the steppe. Where could the runaways be hiding? In a hospice in Earth. Well, hospice is just a name, really. What are you planning to visit the place? What? Are you planning to visit the place? Then help them escape into the steppe before. Vlad sends mercenaries after them. That would be a good deed. We've had enough murders, haven't we? Whoever translated Ava Yan, I appreciate your work, but she is so hard to understand. True, I'd see what I can do about this. A runaway bircher? Do they mean butcher? I think they mean a runaway butcher. Okay. There's the abattoir, I think. Oh, no, it's the railway station. I know that Dankovsky, in like a day or two, is really like, I'm just gonna leave, and then... Hi.
Katerina thinks Claire is a messenger from heaven. Yeah, right.
Okay, you found me here. Oh well, I'm not surprised. I suppose you're not too surprised by the fact that everyone knows about you, either. The rumor of your arrival spread like fire. I haven't said wildfire. Fire, why have you come? I've come for some sightseeing. There was a peculiar incident yesterday by the spleen. The children were playing in the mud as usual, but then suddenly they ran away from the sandbox, and the parents noticed that their hands were smothered in blood. However, none of them were wounded. Neither were any of them surprised. Such things happen all the time. Nice to meet a person of a skeptical mind. I am Vladislav Olgemsky, the younger one, of course, and you are, of course, Daniil Dankovsky. Yes, that is me.
Interest speaks all sorts of tongues and plays all kinds of characters, even that of disinterest.
I think Vlad is a really interesting character, personally. I think he's complicit in a lot of the reason why the plague spreads and whatnot, but I also think he's just he's intriguing. He's a liberal. See how it all turns out. I used to keep this place secret, but these secrets seem so childish now. Scotty, come here. Come barging in. Okay. Yes, I think that's why I like him. He's a very subtle character. Let's see. What do you know, or what do you think about Simon's death? It is known that Simon has limited his social activity just before his departure. He only received 2 visitors. I know nothing of the first, but the second was none other than Isidore Barach. The fact that he was killed the same night makes you think, doesn't it? Well, the Olgemskys weren't exactly delighted with Isidore, were they? You are correct. I am willing to admit it, as you can see. Were I not absolutely positive that my father is innocent, I would have never confessed to it, even though we share a mutual distaste for one another. Father needed Isidore. He was of much use to him, and that is the ultimate argument in my father's favor. Was he useful as a healer? Isidore wasn't a doctor. He was more of an herbalist. He never studied medicine. All of his recipes were about plants and roots, so to speak. He was knowledgeable, true, a sorcerer, if you will, but a very different one from Simon, an earthen sorcerer. Yeah, I think he's very naive, and is he one of my bound? I wonder. I don't know if he's part of the Utopians or not. I think he might be, but I'm not entirely sure. He has these ideas that he thinks are good for people when they're actually not. Like the well in Patho 2, especially because the well is like a taboo thing. He's very, very fascinating. And I think he's also funny because like you barely know him. He's just like, yes, I have daddy issues, and you're like, okay, I didn't ask. Let's see. I've never heard that Simon used to be a sorcerer before. Simon was a theurgist. Isidore was a witch doctor. Okay. And you think Isidore the witch doctor has managed to achieve the unachievable. A possible theory, but rather questionable. Okay. They move like Roblox characters. Do anything for me, kid with no shirt? Interesting. What do you want? Okay. Yeah. I'll take an immunity booster. Did that do it? Did that do it? How do you confirm a barter? Okay. Maybe they'll teach me later. It's this way. Whoa. Hello? What? I'm gonna mind my business. Let's see. Normal. Completely normal. Oh, Jesus, that's creepy. And crouch, great. Scary as so spooky. Hello. Espity, my beloved.
Yes.
Do you know where to find clean water around here? Fresh water must be plentiful in this place. There's a river close by. All that water comes from the steppe, but it isn't exactly clean. Yesterday I inspected all the springs in the area. There seems to be no more clean water around. That salty taste is everywhere. It's reddish in color and there are disgusting clots in it. So what? The townsfolk store clean water in homemade reservoirs. This modest supply should be enough to help us last a little while, but afterwards we'll have to drink that bloody mixture. You're making it up.
To tame his impertinence, Earth had disgorged
Oh,
a
he's such a little
monster
bitch.
deep within its bowels.
What do you want, I wonder? There's a runaway hiding here. Take me to him. Why would I? He's in danger. I'm here to help. So he's a butcher. He won't talk to you. You wouldn't understand him. He's been here for more than a day. But even I can't get him to talk. It is I who'd rather tell you something. What do you want to tell me? Big Vlad has plugged the termitary up for a reason. The butcher's mumbling is all over the place. Aspidy's scary. With like her little animations. I have it. I know exactly what these character models remind me of. They look like the character models for the movies. Like the movie's Sims game. Let's see. Many have died. Something's brewing inside. Take me to the butcher. I'll interrogate him personally. Are you sure? Have you forgotten that he's crazed? If you think he'll communicate with you, you are mistaken. They aren't great talkers anyway, and they can only howl, growl, and bawl when they're under a spell. I can hold my own. Go then. The butcher's in the hospice. The entrance is in the other side of town. Don't come back here complaining afterwards, though. I'll deal with it. Save. It's been a little while. Can talk to you again.
Lies always turn out to be true. Don't mess with Earth.
Your veins are all swollen. Does being close to me make your blood stir? Guess he's down here. Hello. Okay, you're right. I'm gonna try. Holigui ut gologai ik gherkin suhaliu. Olun eke barag. Okay. Mixture of German and Czech, I think, is what they're going for. Do kindly tell me, do you even understand? Oh, what the? He's gone. What? Here lies Farhad. Very Pramne Izadchik. This landmark we dedicate. I'm trying. I have a 10-year-old's vocabulary. No, okay. I don't know who Farhad is, but that's for Farhad. It's hard. Not only do they need to be fed, but talked to as well. I need to find the words of comfort for them. Only then they will repay us with tenderness and joy. But now they are all anxious. Every single one of them is mumbling something. That's why I look so tired. Who are you talking about? Of the dead themselves. Do not assume that people die forever. Not everyone does. Some people live underground and only die out for the lack of care. You all have to always knock from this side so that they don't fade away. Let me examine your pupils. Okay, now your pulse. Do you take drugs? No, it's twire, the herb. We sleep in the very heart of the steppe, you know. I'm all green because of it. It's high time for it at the moment. Can you hear how the air is tolling? That's twire. Unbelievable. The ruler should take some measures immediately.
No, Changeling doesn't look like a creature made of bones and clay.
I like Grace a lot. I think that's good. Alright, thank you all for coming to stream. Thank you all for watching. I shall continue this. Hasn't been to Pain Simulator quite yet, but I'm sure the next day is going to kick my ass. So thank you again for watching. I shall end the stream. Bye!